Hello, hello, gentlemen.
What up?
Hola.
Welcome back, Dusty.
Yep. The internet's
It
finally
feels like it's
working
been
again.
yeah, he was gone, lost in the dark.
5 days of outages just randomly throughout the day. It was the worst thing. Like you'd sit down and like, oh, the internet's working. Let's try it again. And then about 30 minutes later, it'd go out again. Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, how did I do that?
Maybe
It
someday.
feels like it's been a long time, but we just had an episode, just not
Yeah.
with Dusty.
Yeah.
Not with me.
But it does feel, it actually, I don't know why this week felt super long or something, but even though we hadn't missed a week, it feels
it does, right?
crazy. Yeah. Been a
Reunited,
long week, I guess.
and it feels so damn good.
Yeah, I'm sad I missed that one because that was my Make Marvin watch and we had Biz on.
Yep.
So
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I was really upset about this.
Hey, listen, it happens. It happens.
Thank you,
Yep.
Cox Internet.
Hey,
Cox, get your shit together.
I know I take internet for granted because, you know, I live in civilization, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like these fucking like ISP companies, like they're so predatory the way they like block companies like
Yeah.
Google Fiber from just being all over the place because they know they'll just
Right.
get dominated. It's actually crazy.
Yeah.
But
Monopolies, baby.
yep. But you're back now,
Basically.
and that's all that matters.
That's right.
Episode
Going to
59.
California soon, so I'm gonna have to be doing these remotely.
We'll make
But
it work.
Should be fun. Yeah,
We'll
we
make it
will.
work. But episode 59,
Mm-hmm.
www.harshlanguage.tv. Go check it out, folks. All our links are on there.
Yep.
And we got a good one lined up today. I'm thinking it's going to be a roast, so stick
Some-
around. Stick around.
Also, like cricket or something. This thing just never stays straight. You know what I'm saying?
It's the cat.
Got fucking motherfucking poltergeists in here. I'm pretty sure. Pissing me off. That's what it's doing.
What the hell are we supposed to use, man? Harsh language?
How was everybody's week?
It's good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's good.
Yep. Had some unfortunate personal stuff happen. Not like anything crazy. Just
Oh, no.
when stuff comes up and it like kind of fucks up all your plans because you got to help
Yeah.
out somebody else.
Yeah.
So I had some of that happening, but you know.
Hope everything's okay.
Yeah, nothing bad, nothing terrible. Just ruined my day.
Oh yeah.
No big deal.
I've actually not been feeling great the last couple of days. Just feeling better
Ooh.
today. I don't know what the deal
You got
was.
that what's that shit coming up out of Florida? That old shit, that fucking Black Plague or whatever the fuck they got going on.
Norovirus?
No, it's some old shit like that came straight out of London or whatever.
The old shit. Fucking bubonic plague? I don't know.
It's something bad. Like it's something resurfacing that's bad.
Well, maybe I
I
have
was
that.
feeling
Now you-
funky for a couple of days. I wasn't sure if it was a stomach virus, but my allergies and sinuses are draining. So I just had like, you get that straight mucus drain, and you get a little nauseous in your stomach sometimes when that shit happens.
You talking about? Oh, here, let's see. New virus strain emerges in Florida. Contagious new strain. Oh no, this is coronavirus.
Is it the cat flu
Nah,
virus
I gotta find
from,
it, bro.
from The Simpsons?
Zika?
I don't know.
RSV?
No, it's some old shit.
All right, find it because I need to
Zika.
know now.
It was Zika virus, not Zika.
No, I don't know what my deal was. I got fried clams a couple nights ago, which I do often. I love fried clams. And they didn't taste...
Leprosy.
Oh, leprosy's back?
Leprosy.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, people be listening. Oh damn.
Fucking Bible shit. No, is that something else? I don't know.
Fucking Bible shit.
That sound like some Bible bullshit.
I think Jesus did
Yeah.
cure leprosy.
You know what I'm saying?
Leprosy's the skin disease.
Yeah, that shit sounds awful. Is
What
that the itchy one?
Yeah, I don't know. What are the symptoms? No, that's the one where you like fucking
That's
rot,
like
it looks like.
shingles is the itchy one, I think.
Chronic infectious disease causing skin lesions and
Oh,
nerve
yes.
damage.
Yes.
Loss of
Not
feeling.
good.
Nah,
I've never had a lesion. I don't know.
It's up
Alright.
there with like gangrene. And
you made
shit.
me a
It's
little
bad.
nervous. I thought I might have had leprosy, but I'm good. I don't have any of those symptoms.
You check the symptoms? Good.
Yeah, I have
WebMD.
like I either
Shout
have
out to WebMD.
I either have stomach virus, food poisoning, cancer, brain tumor, diabetes, hypoglycemia. It's like a host of things I could have. I don't know.
Hypochondria.
WebMD is bad.
Definitely have hypochondria.
You don't want to fuck around with WebMD. You fucking be like Carl from fucking Jimmy Neutron. Got all the shit.
Well, I'm that type of person. Like I do have. I'm not hypochondria like levels, but I do just like every time. Like I just don't like being sick. So anytime I am, I like kind of freak out.
I used to be like that, and now every time something happens, I'm like, okay, fuck it, I'm ready to die now. I've accepted it.
That I usually hit that stage, but like
chest pain, like heart attack, I'm like, all right, fuck it, yep.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and take me.
Is that Parks and Rec quote from Chris Pratt?
Take me,
I was
Lord.
looking at your symptoms here, and it says you have network connectivity problems.
Well,
yeah, hit the little paper clip.
I don't know.
Clippy.
I pooped like 8 times in 2 days.
Nice.
I didn't have a stomach ache. I felt a little bit like kind of like weak, almost like when you have like low blood sugar from not eating for a long period of time. Felt I had a little bit of that.
How solid though, right? You getting diarrhea? Or?
It wasn't diarrhea, but it was soft. It wasn't like good.
Right.
And then I had like I was a little bit dizzy for like 2 days and just super fucking tired. I don't know. Today I feel better, so I don't know what the fuck the deal was. Maybe I just had some bad seafood. Who knows?
Yeah, it sounds like diabetes. I had a case of that. It just kind of went away though.
Yeah. I also might have non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, but I'm not sure about that one yet.
Oh shit, NHL?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that shit'll
Damn.
fuck you up. But I didn't.
Shouts out to NHL Rangers.
It's just a new Rona variant.
This is our year, baby.
Who?
NHL.
I don't know. Oh, the NHL hockey. See, I'm still fucking a little bit woozy. I don't know. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Yeah. Spoken like a true new hockey fan, Marvin. Anyhow,
I'll just switch mid-season again.
Nah, you can't do it. That was fun. They lost because of you, remember?
Yeah, I didn't show up when it mattered.
Mm-hmm. Neither did Dusty. So you
I'm like a party. I'm like a party crip, like a party fucking. I don't do no real gangbanging. I just fucking show up for the fun times.
I just wasn't always watching with you guys because you guys get like too serious about it. Like a period in, you're like, all right, it's over. Let's just turn it off.
Well, because
yeah,
we're long timers.
Dan, how does it go again? Dan says they lost at the beginning, and then Owen says they lost at the end.
Owen says they lost.
Starts believing.
No.
Dan starts believing at the end when it's too fucking late.
You guys don't understand.
It's something like that. They're vice versa. They're fucking yin and yang.
I understand. I mean,
I've been a Rangers fan since I could fucking talk. Okay? Like, not even joking. I've been watching. I just know how they fought. I know, and I'm right all the time. That's the thing about it. So
all the time.
All the time. I'm never wrong. Yep. That's the thing about being me. Okay?
I didn't know I had 2 wives.
I didn't know you had one, Marvin. You married already?
I'm not married yet.
Oh, okay.
I do call her my wife already, though.
That's fair.
You probably shouldn't.
Right.
Well, you're engaged. That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, a commitment is a commitment. You don't need a fucking contract from the state to be married, Marvin.
Oh, God, here we go.
Facts.
You got this guy talking about state shit. Anyhow.
Speaking of state shit, I don't know if you guys watch. You guys don't really watch. I don't know, maybe Dusty. I watched Evo over this weekend.
Don't know what that is.
Big fighting game tournament here in Las Vegas.
Video game?
I did try to get, fighting game. Fighting game tournament. I did try to get tickets. Sadly, the tickets sold out.
Where's it at?
At the Mandalay Bay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a nice venue. The production value was nice from watching it. And but yeah, I tried to get tickets for finals, so that's Sunday. They sold out, and then scalpers showed up. The lowest price for a 1-day ticket was $450 from the scalpers.
Those scalpers will get
Marvin's menaces. He hates scalpers.
I fucking hate. Now you see why they ruin everything.
you. They take and take and take, Marvin.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. So other than not really feeling well, I didn't do much this week.
Yeah. I just kind of watched Evo.
Okay.
Played a little Remnant 2.
How is that?
Which is fire. It's good. It's great. It's everything in the first game that I love, and then just a lot of quality of life stuff.
Playing with Ben?
New classes. Nah, not playing with Ben. Playing with Vince, my other cousin.
I think Vince's brother
really
followed us
any video games
on Meta.
Oh, did he?
Threads, I think.
Oh,
so,
you mean Threads? Yeah.
Yeah.
He actually just posted. We got a group chat
Oh.
with all the cousins. He just sent me a random Threads link. I was like, I ain't opening this shit. I ain't got this fucking app.
Saw a meme about that today. I was like, Elon changed Twitter to X, and then Zuck changed Threads to Twitter.
That's funny, actually.
Just rebrand it.
That would be funny. Now, I wonder.
Speaking of Zuck and Elon,
yeah, they're officially.
so,
they might.
You know, the fight was scheduled, but now Elon's got
He's
fucking.
Like, I might need surgery.
He looked at WebMD. He was like, oh man, I don't understand. He's like, I got to go to the doctor for tests, and I might need surgery. I'm like, how the fuck do you already know that you might need surgery? You haven't even got tested yet.
Have you seen what he looks like? Have you seen what he looks like?
Yeah, he looks like a Viking, but like from like the torso. This is his torso is Viking, and then the rest is unproportional.
Did you send that meme? Did somebody share it in our group chat? Because I saw it recently with some. There was like a joke about his like upper body.
It's just not proportional.
Oh, it was his chest. It was his chest. My buddy Ed. Shout out to Ed. He brought it up. He said, Dusty might appreciate this. You won't get the reference, Marvin, but you could look it up. He said, hang on, I got to find it real quick. Talk amongst yourselves. I got to find it because it was fucking hilarious.
Let's see. So Diablo 4, Dusty. I know you used to play some Diablo.
Yep.
That big patch is coming out this week, actually. Actually, it's tomorrow,
Right.
August 8th. It should be.
Yeah,
and I'll probably get back into
on the
it.
road.
Yeah.
I haven't been in a real gaming mood for a little while now. I haven't really been watching any shows either. I've been watching some movies a little bit, but work's been really busy, so I just haven't had the time or energy.
Yeah, I feel that. Sometimes you get in those, like right now, I'm in a super like heavy gaming mood, so I haven't been watching much, but I have been doing a lot of gaming.
Speaking of fighting games, Street Fighter 6, I think they're doing a collaboration with the Ninja Turtles. The Ninja Turtles are going to be in the game. It looks sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the trailer. It looked pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's skins for like, because they were doing like Hadoukens and shit. So I think it's just skins
skins for that characters.
Existing characters, but it's still sick.
That's
still awesome.
It's a pretty cool concept. I mean,
a
little different than what what's the battle royale that has all the different characters? Fortnite, the one all the kids play.
all the skins. Although that John Wick skin on Fortnite is still like one of my favorite things in gaming. Like it was so sick when it came out at the time. Also with Evo, they made August 6th, which was yesterday. Yeah, I believe they made that Evo Day here in the state of Nevada. So that's pretty cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was like the biggest. Apparently, this was the biggest fighting game tournament of all time. So that was
that's cool.
Yeah.
And you didn't get to go. That sucks.
I know, right? That's great for me.
I don't even remember where I went when I went out there for an esports thing. It wasn't a big arena or anything, but
there's a few of them out here.
There is. A little veteran esports thing.
Yeah.
I can't find it, but it was funny. He said Elon Musk looked like a fucking particular comic book artist drawing, and the guy famously draws his characters with like super fucking blown out chests and shit.
Oh god, yeah.
It was really funny in the moment, but I ruined it. I'm sorry. I let you guys down.
That's all right.
No, I get it. He's shaped weirdly.
Yeah. Anyhow, did you guys get a chance to watch the trailer for Loki season 2? I know Marvin, you didn't because you didn't watch the first season.
I posted it in our chat, but I didn't watch it for like a day or two. I finally went back and watched it because
what do you think?
Ryan put out a video talking about it, which I don't think I watched that. I was like, I better go watch the trailer before I watch this. I think it looks good. I mean, allegedly it has like a huge budget. I don't know if I remember, it was like $140 or $240 million budget.
Yeah.
So I think they're trying to use this to,
well, the budget
maybe reset the timeline is what I think Ryan said.
I saw that the Secret Invasion budget was $212 million. Let me see how that worked out. So
Right.
I don't know about budgets
Yeah.
these days.
Yeah, but they had to film that during COVID too, so they had other restraints. Like, and I'm sure like Loki,
And they did a lot of
season 2,
reshoots, apparently.
Right.
Right.
So
Ellie,
it suffered from a lot of things. Which I don't know. Did you guys talk about the end of it last week?
We did. What did you think about it? I want to get your thoughts on the finale.
I thought it was,
and the show as a whole.
Again, I'm a big spy fan guy, so I still thought it was okay. I didn't hate it. I thought it could have been a lot better. There was some cheesy shit, like that fight stuff. The
CGI was so bad in the last episode.
Like you could show the moves without having to show who it is. Like it was kind of cool when they did the manta things in the fight.
Yeah, that
like,
was cool. Yeah.
All the different arm stuff, it just felt a little like unnecessary.
Right.
So I don't know, but yeah, I mean, could have been better, could have been worse. I'm a little indifferent, but I enjoyed it.
I didn't really
like it. It just feels weird the way they it's like how people probably felt about She-Hulk. Like, oh my God, I want to see real Hulk. How is she better than Hulk? But it's like they just invalidated the entire fucking Avengers cast because she can just do everything. It's kind of weird.
It felt a little bit like the Black Widow movie too, because they waited way too long to give Nick and oh my God, not Yelena. What is Scarlett's character's name?
Black Widow.
Yeah, but her real
Natasha?
name, Russian Natasha. Thank you. Holy shit. Natasha and Nick really didn't get their due during the MCU stuff, and it just feels like they're kind of throwing them a bone, but they threw it a little late, and kind of was just like a gesture of here's your goodbye thanks for all the years.
Fury still didn't get his due, to be honest.
No. Not really. No.
I don't even know
but
what
Scarlett really didn't either. She got fucked and she had to sue and then they paid her.
I thought the Black Widow movie wasn't even that bad. I thought
No, it wasn't that bad, but
it could have been better. Like, I thought they fucked up the Taskmaster.
Mm-hmm.
But overall I didn't think the movie was that terrible. It's not as bad as some of the more recent stuff for sure. But Fury's supposed to be the Batman of like the MCU. He's like the planner. He's the leader. He's like the guy who fucking knows everything at all times. And this show just
he's the super spy. Yeah.
This show just like completely, like Marvin said, like invalidated his existence. It's like
he definitely doesn't feel like the Batman from what I've ever seen of Fury.
No,
Like,
he was
he has a little bit of tech, but he's never had like Batman level tech, which he probably should have. I feel like.
It's not really the tech. When I say he's the Batman, I mean like Batman in the Justice League. Like he's the leader, he's the organizer, like he's the guy that like knows everything all the time, and he's like he's that's what Fury kind of is, right? But this was just
I get that now. That makes sense. I didn't know that about Batman really.
Yeah, he's like the tactician basically, and in the early phases of MCU, like Fury was the guy bringing the team together. Like he was the one fighting for the Avengers Initiative. He started the Avengers Initiative back in the 90s. We see in Captain Marvel when he first found out about aliens. He's like, yo, we need like a fucking team to defend. Like he knew Thanos was coming someday, not Thanos specifically, but he had a hunch that eventually there was going to be a big threat. And like you see him in Avengers, like going before like the council, the defense council, whatever the fuck they were, and they're like, you know, oh, this wasn't a success. And he's like, oh, I disagree. I think it was a big success. And then he like goes against the council. And, you know, at one point, Maria Hill in Avengers, she's like, how do you know they'll like be back if we need them? He's like, because they'll have to. Like he was just always that guy. And then this is just like, he became a scrub. Like, I don't know what they did to him really. Like,
where's the plan?
He just, he turned into dust.
Yeah. And he was always playing 3D chess, but you know,
4D chess.
Come to find, it's like, well, everything that he had was given to him by the Skrulls. So
yeah, they made him a fucking scrub, dude. They made it so that like I liked the idea that they
helped him, but
that he used the Skrulls. He created this like network of like giga fucking shape-shifting spies. That was cool, but the fact that he was just a bum, really, at the end of the day. Like, he didn't keep his word. Carol Danvers didn't keep her fucking word, which is even weirder. But I'm sure they'll address that in the Marvels movie, maybe. And it's just like, you know, he got dusted. And instead of coming back with, like, a vengeance, he just, like, hid away in space, but also like ordered the collection of all the Avengers DNA, not just the every fucking DNA imaginable. For what? Like they didn't tell us what the plan was. They didn't. It was just so bad.
Well,
And
maybe that was try to show his some of his brilliant foresight to collect DNA and make sure no one can take advantage of it.
In another show or a movie, maybe, but 6 episodes to cover like a whole bunch of different like plot points and elements, like just didn't really work. And
Nah.
and like, I don't even remember what I was gonna say, but yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
Simple as that. It just wasn't good. Like they need to stop with these 6-episode shows because it kind of feels like they don't. And we talked about this before too, kind of when whatchamacallit came out, Werewolf by Night. Like feels like the shows like they don't know what they want to do with them. It's like they have huge fucking budgets, but they don't look like they have huge budgets. There are 6 episodes and they just fucking speed through the fucking plot. And in this show, it's like they just tell you all these things that happened in the background that you're not seeing. It's like, wait, what? Like how am I supposed to give a shit about anything that's happening?
Right. Yeah.
So I don't know.
We talked about this was like Chapek's fault. Like,
yeah,
all the
totally.
money coming in and tried to push all these shows and let's get it on Disney Plus. Let's get it on Disney Plus. Let's get it on Disney Plus.
Well,
didn't really work out for him.
Yeah, we had speculated that like a while back, a couple Marvel movies back. I don't remember. I think it was probably around Moon Knight where we were like, all right, what's going on here? And then like Doctor Strange, and then it's like slowly but surely now we're just like, yeah, no, this is. And we speculated back then that it was. You had said like months and months ago, like, oh, there's reports of Kevin Feige being spread thin, and it clearly has showed. But more so than that, like, yeah, they're ordering all this shit. There's like no quality control in terms of like writers and directors because the showrunner of this show is a fucking bonehead. I saw some quote from him and he was like, oh, yeah, like fucking you can't please everybody is basically what he was saying. And he was saying like the fans of the comic books like expect too much. It's like, no, we don't, because Marvel gave us like fucking 10 out of 10 shit for 10 years. And now you're giving us dog shit. And then I'm reading articles. It's like, oh, he was told not to read the Secret Invasion books. So it's like, he just crafted this like dumb fucking like just half-hearted fucking thing that was just put out on an assembly line.
I'm sure they gave him a synopsis so they would at least have some sort of framework, but telling him not to read the books probably because they didn't want him to pull too much from the books. So.
I guarantee the limit of his knowledge of Secret Invasion is like, shape-shifting aliens come to Earth and try to take over. Like, that was it.
Right.
Like the roadie thing. Whatever.
Yeah. I know you agree with me on this, but I still think that Civil War was done too short because they just did it in one movie. I would have liked to seen that spread out through a couple of movies. I
don't agree with you only because I think it worked within the framework of the story that they were telling.
Because at the time they were just doing the movies.
Well, what they were attempting to do was split the team up so that when Thanos came, they were weakened, right? So that in that framework, I think it worked great, and I think it worked great because aside from separating the team itself, it was really a separation between Tony and Cap. So I think in that regard, it worked. I don't completely disagree with you, but I think within the framework of the stories that they were telling, I think it worked fine. But yeah, like if they want to tell, like why are you picking this story to tell? It didn't serve a purpose other than to be like, oh, the Marvels is coming out soon, and it's like, oh, okay, like I don't know. It's just really bad, and I'm really honestly not excited for Loki season 2 because I liked Loki season 1, but now I'm like, I just feel like this. I have it in my head that this was made at a time where like they don't really know what the fuck they're doing or where they're going. So I don't know. The trailer was good though. I like the trailer. Our boy fucking Ki Kwan is in it. He's like basically playing the same character from Everything Everywhere All at Once.
That's funny. I saw a little screenshot of Jonathan Majors looking wacky. That was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this will be the first thing that's come out for the MCU. Yes, he's going to be in Loki season 2 as the He Who Remains, right?
No, He Who Remains is dead. He's playing a different guy.
Oh, that's right. That's right. They killed.
He's playing not Ronin, but not Ronin, not Kang, but a different variant of Kang.
Yes, somebody else. But yeah, they haven't made a decision on him, and I'm sure they're reluctant to release this because he should have started his court already, but he hasn't yet. They could push that back a month.
The plaintiff didn't show up, right?
Yeah, and they're
the accuser.
Yeah, his ex-girlfriend. It's in the news here. We just talk about it real quick.
Let's get into the news.
Still no decision made by Disney about the future of Jonathan Majors. So NYPD issued an I-card for ex-girlfriend Grace Jabari, who is the one. Like, they got into a scuffle, and Majors called because he thought, he wanted to make sure she was okay. But when they got there, they saw the marks on her, and then they arrested him, even though everybody's like, no, she attacked him. He was defending himself or whatever. It was pretty much the story.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she's been issued an I-card, which in New York City is basically it's not a warrant because it's not signed by a judge, but it's you have probable cause to arrest, I guess is what it means.
Okay.
And apparently that's for a different altercation she got into, and not involving Majors, and she's like fled I don't know, but that's all right. But they also said that the defense still needs time for discovery. So they pushed the court date back, I think, to September 6th. So Disney's just holding, twiddling thumbs, waiting to see what happens from this. We'll see. Who knows?
Well,
who knows?
Whatever. They could recast him. I don't even think it's that big of a deal. Like, it's a variant. He looks different.
The problem is that we have, Ant-Man and then Loki. So we've got him in several things. Whereas like the whole Terrence Howard and Don Cheadle thing was like a one movie swap. So it was a little easier to get over. But when you cast somebody a couple times and replace them, it's a little bit harder.
Yeah, I don't think anybody in the fandom is like sold on him yet. Like, we haven't really even like formed some sort of relationship with him other than Ant-Man, and that movie was fucking absolute dog shit. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But all that to say, Secret Invasion sucked. I'm not super excited for Loki, despite the trailer being good. We'll see though. It's another 6 episodes. Hopefully it's good. The 6-episode thing, like they just got to stop with that. Like you can't tell a story in 6 30-minute episodes.
Yeah, especially exactly.
If they were an hour, maybe.
Yep.
But good fucking Lord, like, what are you doing? I'm fucking. I got indigestion now because I'm upset. Well, might as well segue into the news, Dusty. What do you got for us this week?
All right. Well, Barbie passed $1 billion. You guys talked about that last week, right?
Yeah,
was that last week or was that this
we
week?
didn't talk about it passing $1 billion because that happened yesterday. But go woke, go broke. Right. Am I right?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. What was it? Yeah. Oppenheimer is only at $556 million, but they extended the IMAX run by another month, so they're trying to pull in a little bit more money. But that's 7th all time on the 2023 worldwide. So those are doing pretty well.
Nolan is pissed.
Doing all right.
I'm looking forward to seeing both of those.
Yeah, me too.
I've heard Barbie. I've heard like nothing but good things about Barbie.
Indiana Jones is 370, I think, and I saw a funny thing from I think it was Culture Crave. They were like, Indiana Jones makes less money with Harrison Ford than the Han Solo movie that didn't have Harrison Ford in it, which is kind of a stick in the back, I guess.
I don't think. I mean, listen.
That's one of the
Hollywood is down bad. Okay, they don't understand how to make movies anymore. Outside of like Marvel really did break Hollywood, and like I think it's dumb when Tarantino and like all these fucking directors are like, oh fuck Marvel. But the one thing that I will agree with them is that Marvel did break Hollywood in the sense that everybody wants to fucking make that Marvel money.
Yeah.
But they don't know how to do it. They don't get the magic of what makes Marvel good, right? Yeah. And they try to do it cheaply. They try to do it half-assed. DC is a great example of that. Outside of like my disagreements with Zack Snyder's creative decisions. You good, Marvin?
Yep.
Outside of Snyder's like creative decisions for those stories, it was very much interference from Warner Brothers. Like, it's no secret that they were just like, yeah, we make Justice League immediately after just one movie. And like, then so all these companies, like, they want that Marvel money, but they don't quite know how to do it. So they're like, oh, what's going to fucking fill seats? Let's make Indiana Jones fucking 17 and fucking get Harrison Ford, who's a geriatric and like doesn't want to make the fucking movie himself. Like,
right. Or the Haunted House reboot from, what was it, 15, 20 years ago that they made with Eddie Murphy? Why? And they didn't even release it on Halloween. They're like, here it is in the middle of the summer, in the middle of all these blockbusters. Weird. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Yeah, Harrison Ford, is not the same guy he was 30 fucking years ago. He's not going to be that seat filler anymore.
Nah.
It's just not going to happen.
Although I'm looking forward to him as General Ross. So
yeah, he's a great actor. We all love him, but like, it's just they don't know what they're doing. It's crazy, and it's like
Haunted Mansion was. I haven't read or seen it yet. Read much about it or seen it yet, but it had some good stars. I like the cast.
Yeah. I'll give it a go, but I don't know. I hate it when they reboot something like it's 20 years. I mean, I guess that's usually the standard for these companies. Yeah. But come on,
and
another decade. Come up with something creative. Do something.
I'll say it again too, because it bears mentioning constantly when we talk about this, because they do the nostalgia bait a lot of the time. Oh, look, it's Harrison Ford. It's Indiana Jones. He's back. He's 90. Come see the movie, right? Nostalgia plays like a big role in the success of some movies, or I mean, whatever you consider success. A movie could be a financial success, but not be fucking good. But the only movie that I've seen that has really like nailed the nostalgia thing was Ghostbusters Afterlife. The only one.
Yeah, they did a pretty good job.
Because the Ghostbusters prior to that with the all-female cast, that was clearly a nostalgia bait. It's like, look, it's the Ghostbusters. Bill Murray's in it, but he's not playing Venkman, but he's in it. And it's got the theme song and the ghosts and all this stuff. And here's like a cast of like funny people who are current actors.
Yeah.
Movie was terrible.
There was another good nostalgia bait.
Tell me. Hit me.
The Mario movie that you did not see yet.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I don't consider that nostalgia bait.
Still the number one movie this year.
Because up until this point, there has not been.
Oh, you're saying
a Mario
movie, not to the subject matter. Okay,
it's just that is a movie that's an adaptation of a video game, right?
Yeah. It's the first adaptation, not necessarily, but it does bring that nostalgia allure because you're talking about,
But I'm talking about these revivals,
40-year-old video game
of movies that came out decades ago. And they're finally dusting them off and being like, all right, let's make a sequel. And Ghostbusters is the only one that did that well because it was a tribute to the old movies. It was a tribute to the old cast. One person in particular who was also a beloved like actor in real life and like filmmaker guy. And it also introduced a whole new cast of people that we all liked, and the story was good. And like it's not difficult, guy. Like, I don't understand. It really fucking drives me crazy. Like, it's not hard. Right. Same thing with Star Wars, right? Which one did you watch, Marvin? The first one, Force Awakens.
The first one of the new,
And it's just such a cheap member berry.
Shit, I don't remember it.
Yeah,
I wiped it from my mind.
I believe it because it's just like, and I'll see clips of it randomly on like TikTok or something, and it's just like, it's so fucking cheap. It's like they're running and they need to find a ship, and she's like, not that one, that one's a piece of junk. But then they go back to it. It's like, oh, it's the Millennium Falcon. Hey! It's just so cheap. I hate it. I hate it so much. So fuck these people. It's just a bunch. Movies are just being made by mostly by just like people in suits nowadays, and they're just like, it's so bad.
They're writing checks and hoping that the checks they get back are a little bit bigger. And if they do, they don't care what the product is like. They're making a little bit of money.
Clearly, it's coming back to fucking bite them in the ass because Warner Brothers is hemorrhaging fucking money. There's these strikes going on. VFX artists are going to go on strike soon. Like, they better hope the fucking AI thing works out for them because they're in bad shape.
That shit ain't gonna work.
No, it's not gonna work.
They are. Two of the three striking right now is not good for them. So yeah. Speaking of the strike, we are 3 months in, and they actually met. The WGA and the AMPT, they met on Friday, I think, and they failed to reach an agreement. I think the WGA union released a statement. As of now, there's no agreement on these items because the AMPTP said they needed to consult with their member studios before moving forward. So they did have some talks on Friday, but there was nothing productive about it. They got to talk and then renegotiate again after that. So the strikes continue. I mean, everything's getting delayed and pushed back. How to Train Your Dragon, I think production was supposed to start on that for the live action movie, but that's been postponed now that the
there's a live action version?
They're doing a live action one now, yes.
Do you guys know the
Are people looking for that? Like, was that a good movie? I never saw that.
The first one was good, yeah, it's enjoyable. The second one's all right.
But why do we need a live action version of it?
Because the first one was good.
I saw a funny meme thing that the Twitter account Discussing Film. They're like pretty big in like the film thing. Somebody made like a fake account with like alternate spelling of it.
Disbussing.
Disbussing
I think it's
film.
Bussing with the Boys. It's a sports podcast. Like they do movies and reviews and stuff too, but they call it Disbussing films. Yeah.
They posted a tweet that was like, Disney announces they're making an animated remake of the live action Lion King.
Yeah.
And I was fucking crying. But at first I was like kind of triggered. I was like, wait a second. And then I was like, oh, okay, it's not real. There's no way that's real. But it was funny.
Yeah. It's satire mostly, yeah.
But it's like it's almost true though. That's the funny thing about it. It's like we'll get to that point.
So speaking of making money, Greg Silverman, he's a former WB executive. He had to get on Twitter because one of your people, Dan.
My people? Who are my people?
A Snyder hater.
Oh.
Somebody was on social media posting something about how people don't remember, Snyder really didn't make WB any fucking money at all. And Greg Silverman had chime in.
No, they made money.
He's like, that's not true. We lost some money on Gahul, which is that animated owl movie.
Never heard of it.
Yeah,
Gahul.
And a fair amount on Sucker Punch. The rest of his films at WB were very profitable. Very, is what he said.
Well, Batman v Superman made a ton of money, and so did Man of Steel.
Yeah, I mean, all of his movies made a ton. Like they weren't all $1 billion movies, but I mean, 400, 500 million. 600 million, 800 million. He was making them fucking money because they were only really writing $200 million checks. I'm not sure for most of those movies. So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah.
Time out from the game real quick.
Yeah.
I found the artist is Rob Liefeld. That's his Captain America. I put it in Discord. That's literally what Elon Musk looks like. Anyhow, no, those movies made money, but like honestly, like the pro.
But there are Snyder haters out there who are like, he didn't make them any money. He's a piece of shit, and
he's a piece of shit.
A former executive is like, well, hold the phone. He made us a lot of fucking money.
Well, listen, as a resident Snyder hater, that argument is just as dumb as the defenders of him being like, these movies were smash successes because they made money. It's like, my sister could write a script that has Batman and Superman in it and it would make fucking money. That's not hard to do. Like, okay, so both of those arguments need to shut the fuck. Yeah, money does not mean successful. Like, well, I guess it does in Hollywood brain, but like, I'm sorry, money doesn't mean good. That's the thing.
Nope.
Yeah, no, not always.
Or bad.
True.
No.
Yeah.
And speaking of having to defend things online, David Ayer.
Saw this today.
He recently released a new image of Leto's Joker from the Suicide Squad, and somebody responded to it. You realize this is 2016.
Yeah.
And he had a long tweet. I'm not gonna read all of it. He says, all I know is my unseen film plays much better than the studio release. The interest in my cut being shown seems real and organic. Gunn told me it would have its time to be shared. He absolutely deserves the launch of his DC universe without the drama about the old projects. So he kind of was complaining about how people just gripe about it all the time, and he thinks his director's cut is even better, and there's a chance that the Ayer cut of Suicide Squad is actually better. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I mean, the Snyder cut of Justice League, I think, was better than the theatrical version, even though it was incredibly long and should have been like 2 or 3 movies.
Listen, I don't know the exact facts of what happened with that movie. It definitely was intervention from the studio, but apparently, from what he said, he was like very affected by this. That he's getting like, that his movie's gotten shit on all
in
this
the tweet,
time.
he's like, have you ever like just made a mistake and then been dragged for it forever, and you just fucking get sick and tired of hearing it? Like, that's where I'm at right now. This movie really affected me.
But also, I feel for you, guy. But also, your version of the Joker was fucking terrible. So I wouldn't show that as like the example of, hey, get excited for this. That's all I'm saying. This guy, his cut of the movie's probably way better. The guy's made fucking some great movies. He fucking wrote and directed great movies. Fury, End of Watch, fucking Street Kings, fucking
Bright.
You don't like Bright, dude?
It's not one of his better movies. I mean, he wrote Training Day.
Training Day.
Yeah, Bright is not in the same sense as Training Day. So that's all I'm saying. David Ayer's a good filmmaker, so I feel bad for him that he's going through this.
Ain't got nothing.
But also, we could let it go at this point. I just think both parties too. Both people, the people that shit on it all, it's like over with, bro. It's like, let's get over it.
Well, you know they're going to release it because it's going to give them some more money. So.
Yeah, they'll release it, and I'll watch it, and I'll probably still not like it. But whatever.
All right. Well, Gal Gadot, talking with comicbook.com, confirms Wonder Woman 3.
Yeah.
She did it in the interview. She said, from what I heard from James and from Peter is that we're going to develop a Wonder Woman 3 together. So there was a lot of speculation of whether or not they would bring her back, whether it would bring her back as Wonder Woman, whether they would do another one with her, but she's all but confirmed it. So
let me tell you something right now.
She's essentially confirmed it, yes.
I've sucked his dick plenty, but somebody's got to sit James Gunn down and be like, yo, you need to fucking really just make a video or some shit and concisely and clearly explain what your goal is for your DC stuff, because at this point, it is fucking confusing as shit. And
already.
And he's doing a really bad job at marketing this shit. Notably with Blue Beetle. This movie's projected to make like $30 million or some shit, which is going to be a bomb.
Yep.
And it actually looks good, but nobody's going to go see it. And this guy's out there being like, so Blue Beetle.
Nobody knows what it is.
Yeah, right. The marketing is terrible. We know.
But that's been their problem. That's been their problem, is marketing this stuff.
But that's what he's there for now. He's there to be the creative guy. He has to market it. Kevin Feige markets
there to
and
make sure. I guess. I don't know. Was Kevin Feige actually marketing all that stuff, or did he have a marketing team that was pumping out shit for him?
He probably had a marketing team, but he was the face of it that was in front of crowds being like, hey, we got all these fucking movies coming out, and here's how they're going to coalesce at the end of it all at Endgame or whatever the fuck. James Gunn is struggling with that because he's like, oh yeah, Blue Beetle is it's the movie doesn't take place in the DCU, but the character's the first character of the DCU, but Superman Legacy's the first movie of the it makes no sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Then he previously said like, yep, we're doing away with all like the Zack Snyder stuff. Not obviously he didn't say Snyder specifically, but basically doing away with all that.
Yeah.
We fired Henry Cavill. The Flash was the last movie in that fucking shit. Nobody's coming back. We didn't invite Henry Cavill back.
Aquaman too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All these actors aren't coming back. We're getting new actors for everything. Well, why aren't you bringing back Henry Cavill? He's like pretty beloved as Superman. He's like the perfect Superman, kind of. Physically, at least.
He's too old.
Oh, he's too old.
Which is ironic for Henry Cavill.
Now we're keeping Gal Gadot, who is like 2 years younger than fucking Henry Cavill. So it's like, what is this guy doing? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know. Speaking of Blue Beetle, we do have 2 post-credit scenes confirmed.
Nice. Can I say one last thing, though?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
It annoys me because I am a fan. You know, a lot of times with these types of conversations, people get caught up in like Marvel versus DC. I'm here for all of it. I'm a comic book fan. I just want to see these characters treated. I want to see what Marvel did for DC because it's great.
Well, the thing, I mean, like, that's the thing is like when you look at how Marvel started this, they started with Iron Man, and whether you can say it or not, sure, the person that's never doesn't know what a comic book is probably had no idea who Iron Man was. But anybody who knows anything about any,
of course,
if you know a little bit about comic books, you know who the fuck Iron Man was. People that know about comic books don't often know who the fuck Blue Beetle is.
Well,
so it's a different start for them.
No, I get it. But hang on. So here's my point, right? Right. You have, Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman. They are literally the holy trinity of comic book characters. They transcend comic books in general. They are cultural icons. Superman, obviously, and Batman more so than Wonder Woman, probably. But the fact remains is if you're not marketing for general audiences to come out and see these movies, you have to excite them. And I feel like general audiences, they hear the noise of like, Zack Snyder's DCEU is over. This is the new start of everything, but this person's coming back and this person's not. And then we have this movie's tied into this, but it's not really. And then we have Elseworlds, and then we have this other stuff over here. And then we have the Joker over there. It's like, what are you doing, bro? People are not, eventually people are just going to be like, yeah, I can't deal with this. They're going to lose money. And eventually DC's going to, Warner Brothers is going to pull the plug and they're going to be like, let's just make Batman movies for the rest of time because they make a lot of money. And that's that. And we're never going to get a DCU.
You get similar things in the comic book industry.
I understand, but I'm talking about
watering
general
down
audiences.
of stories of characters, and it's just a matter of which story is going to stick because you don't know until you put it out. And then once people like it, you can say, okay, let's roll with this. But
but comic book readers
that's a little
trained.
different than yes, that's true.
Comic book readers are trained to understand the reboots and like the resets and all this stuff. So when DC does like a crossover with like Watchmen and like that whole that run they did recently where like the Watchmen like got absorbed into the DC. They were always in the DC, but not in the DC. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like comic book readers are trained to do that. But for like movies, their success relies on movie goers, not comic book fans. Right? These movies. So like you have to appeal to them and they're not doing that. And I'm just like, yo, James Gunn, like what the fuck are you doing, bro? Maybe he's not.
I don't get it. It's fucking Blue Beetle. I don't know who the fuck Blue Beetle is, but it's like the fucking Mexican Spider-Man of DC. Yeah. So how hard is it to fucking market this shit?
Marvin's the perfect example of this because he's not really like a dedicated comic book reader. He's not even a dedicated comic book movie watcher. He like watches them here and there, enjoys them or doesn't. But he like how... There's no way Marvin's excited for this shit. He's probably just like, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
It looks cool.
Right.
I wouldn't say I'm excited, but it does look cool.
Yeah. But if you want to get an audience invested into like your universe,
you got to get them excited for sure. I'm not going off of it looks cool.
Maybe James Gunn's not the guy to do it. Maybe he's the creative guy, but maybe he's not really the marketing type. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But man.
Yeah, he's one of those like fucking, he makes shit and it sells itself. He doesn't.
Right.
Know how to market the shit. I don't think.
But yes. For people who knows who he is, yes, they're like, oh, James Gunn making it. But a lot of people don't even know who James Gunn. Like if you go ask a random person in the street in New York City,
they know who made Guardians of the Galaxy though, or they know. If they hear, they know Guardians of the Galaxy. That's what I would say. Oh yeah,
the movie. Yes, yeah.
I just don't
knowing that he made it is.
If it says,
they're not going to know he made it.
I just don't.
Like the marketing is like from the creators of
creative
Guardians of the Galaxy. I was like,
that's how you market that. Yes.
I just don't want to see Superman Legacy come out, be a flop because general audiences didn't go out and see it, and then DC is like, hey, you know what? Fuck this. Let's just make Batman movies because the Batman movies to this point are the most profitable things they've made. So.
Well, we do have Creature Commandos coming out.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be a big hit.
Season 1 is confirmed to be 7 episodes, and James Gunn said the voice acting is done. It's going to have an R rating.
Nice.
We don't know how much production has moved beyond that because of the strike and everything. He just confirmed that the voice acting is done. So,
right.
However long they'll be able to move forward with that during the strikes is unknown, but it'll be interesting.
Yeah, we'll see.
And speaking of one of the last Snyder films, Aquaman 2, their director, James Wan, who was rushed to the ER this past week for unknown medical reasons, posted on social media he's doing okay. Not sure really what happened there. He was pretty busy doing reshoots and stuff because, principal photography was done in January 2022, and they've been reshooting it for almost 2 fucking years.
Movie's probably so bad, he was like, I got to get out of this somehow. He did the thing.
This is
that
another
I
one
used to do.
slated for December 20th, but might just get pushed back because too many reshoots and well, they'll say, it's in, in congruence with, we're standing behind the strike, so we're just going to push it back.
When I used to work at
really,
Geico,
it's probably just shit.
When I used to work at Geico, I used to walk to the office through the parking lot, and I used to like fantasize about throwing myself in front of a moving car so I just wouldn't have to go to work that day. That's probably what he did. He's probably, I gotta fake some shit, so I just had just get out of this fucking movie. Nah, joke aside, hopefully he's okay. You never want to see that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dan, you've watched the original Swamp Thing, right?
Oh yeah, from back in like the 80s.
Wes Craven Swamp Thing, 1982.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
It is getting a 4K restoration.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So maybe we might want to put that on the list sometime for a Mick Marlin watch. Who knows? It's going to be available. I think it's going to be available tomorrow is when it's coming out, because I read the news and it's like, yeah, it's getting a 4K treatment, but it's supposed to be available tomorrow. So
yeah. Looking at these screenshots, they definitely need to do some restoration or something, because I can't be watching this kind of shit.
It gets a 5.3 out of 10 on IMDb, it looks like, so it doesn't even pass the Dan test.
I don't even remember.
Ooh.
I don't think it's
not a bad film.
I don't remember it, honestly.
I enjoyed it. I haven't seen it in a long time, but that's great. I thought it was good.
Tell you what, though, the Swamp Thing
probably
show,
not as good as the show. Yeah, probably not as good as show, but
that show was fucking good.
Still, it was. I remember watching that movie back in the day.
Oh man, I forgot what's her name was in this.
Yeah.
What the fuck's her name? The one who was married to Charlie Sheen.
I don't know.
I can't remember her name. Anyhow, what else you got for us?
Adrienne Barbeau.
No.
All right, well, on to Disney. This is the big news, I guess, of the day. Vulture reported this. VFX workers at Marvel Studios elected to unionize today.
Yeah.
With over 50 on-set employees filing a petition for an election to be represented by the IATSE. This marks the first time visual effects professionals have banded together to demand the same rights, wage protections, and professional watchdog oversight enjoyed by workers in almost every other segment of the entertainment industry. So they have not had any of that. Like, anytime there's a strike, they're still like, the studio's like, fuck you, go to work. And this needs to be done tomorrow, and you got no protection, so you get it done or you're fucking fired. Like, and we've talked about how like Marvel just shit on VFX companies when they were hiring third-party companies, and so they tried to create their own in-house. And now that they've created their own in-house, those people are like, fuck you, we're going to unionize, and if you don't treat us well, we're going to fucking strike like everybody else is. So this is a very fascinating and interesting development. I think it's probably good for
the industry is just exploding.
If the entire industry is unionized, it should all be unionized, I guess. Not just some or others. I mean, I'm okay with, contract non-union work, because I did that a little bit, but I'm also okay with union work. If you want to be in a union, yeah, be in a union. So I don't know. Being
in a union is the only way to protect from a lot of these abuses that seem to go on in Hollywood, specifically, especially with the VFX artists. We've heard about it a lot over the last couple months, especially with Marvel. It's like, yo, you guys are complaining about She-Hulk. Well, we were fucking like sleeping under our desks and shit, and we didn't have fucking time. We had to meet a deadline that was like outrageous. This is what you get. Sorry.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I heard they were really good to the artist on the TMNT movie, which is we talked about earlier, getting pretty good reviews. But it was said that they were treated very well. They were all happy with it. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing that. I haven't seen it yet. So, all right, industry insider Jeff Snyder. We talk about him sometimes. He's got his podcast, The Hot Mic. He's one of the co-hosts. I forget who the other guy is. Sorry. He talked. He's the one that said that Vanessa Kirby will play Sue Storm in the Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
and then he's also the one that said that Jack Quaid was going to play Johnny Storm, which he had to recant because Jack Quaid got on Twitter and said, "Nope, it's not me, guys.
Yeah,
sorry about it." And he's like, "Oh, I meant Joseph Quinn, who was a Stranger Things star." So. But he said some other things, like the Thing has been cast. It's not Walter Hauser or Eben Moss Bachrach from Andor, but Eben Moss has been cast regardless, and there's rumors that he might be the Silver Surfer, which is interesting to me because I reported, I think a month or two ago, that there was rumors there was rumors that
Eben Moss
in
Bachrach.
Yes, he
is cast. That's like totally confirmed.
He is cast. He is confirmed cast, but it's not sure who he's cast as.
Okay, because everybody thought he was the Thing. I cannot see him as Silver Surfer.
Right.
But
Well, Jeff Snyder said he's not the Thing. The Thing, everybody's been cast, but we don't know who they all are. But he said Eben Moss has definitely been cast, but it's not the Thing. Could be Silver Surfer.
maybe he's Doctor Doom.
Which maybe, I don't know. Which I reported a couple months back. I think there's rumors that this Fantastic Four movie would have a different Herald. But now there's rumors that this guy is going to be the Silver Surfer. And now there's rumors, I think My Time to Shine, Hello, on Twitter claimed that Terex would be the Herald that Galactus sends in this movie. But now there's rumors and reports that it's going to be multiple Heralds. So maybe Galactus just sends all his Heralds and Silver Surfer is the good one in the movie. Who fucking knows?
Just full...
Reed Richards is the only one that hasn't been cast, according to Jeff Snyder, out of all this. So, yeah.
So just to be open and honest with you guys right now, as you're saying this, my penis is becoming erect.
Yeah.
Just
he also confirmed that Galactus will be played by a Latino player, actor, which confirms kind of who Zorro.
Yes.
Terrible. Antonio
Banderas.
Yeah, it kind of confirms that he's probably been cast as Galactus.
So hold on a second. I need to back the gravy train up a bit.
Yeah.
So this
I spit a lot of information out right there.
He said everybody's been cast, but he didn't say
except Reed Richards.
But he didn't say who is playing who.
He can't confirm. So the only one he could confirm is Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm. He said Joseph Quinn is probably Johnny Storm.
This is a leaker.
Oh shit!
He's an industry insider.
Okay.
He's got his podcast is the Hot Mic podcast.
Gotcha.
He's right on some things and he's wrong on some things. But he recanted on the wrong thing because he said it was Jack Quaid playing Johnny Storm initially. He's like, I got that wrong. It was Joseph Quinn.
But I recently read Jack Quaid because I think he tweeted something.
He did. No, I shared that with you. He's like, it's not me, guys. Because Snyder.
Listen, he followed up that he apparently is in Fantastic Four, but he's not playing Johnny Storm.
It's possible.
And I read a separate thing. I don't know how true this is, but apparently Ryan Gosling is supposedly in some sort of running for Silver Surfer. That might have been one of the fake Twitter accounts that I might have just missed.
That would be interesting too. Yeah,
and separately, I don't know if you didn't watch last week's episode, but I talked about it.
Not yet, no.
Again, don't know if it's true or not, but apparently, what's his name is being approached for, or is confirmed to be playing, Ghost Rider in the Blade movie. Did you report on this? Somebody reported on it.
Right?
It's probably a news I sent you. I'd have to wait.
Right. Oh yeah, it was the news you sent.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Norman Reedus is.
Because we talked about it.
Norman Reedus, that's who it was. Yeah,
supposedly confirmed for Ghost Rider.
He's a front runner for it. Yes.
Yeah. There's a lot of really exciting stuff going on.
The cast around this movie sounds good, and the story and the synopsis and what they're saying it's going to be about is. I hope they. How many Fantastic Four movies have we had so far?
2.
3.
Yeah. All bad. We just need to get through this dark
Some
period.
more watchable than others.
We just need to get through this dark time, and we'll have. Let me tell. God, just please, Lord, don't fuck up Silver Surfer. Like, I just please don't do it.
Yeah.
And I'm down for other heralds too.
I hope he gets his own movie.
Well, they are. They already said they're doing.
It's a feature.
The special presentation.
Special presentation.
But if it serves as just an introduction to him, all it has to be is his origin. Norrin Rad on Zenla. Galactus comes. He's like,
the werewolf one was good. I liked it.
I thought it was great. I thought it was awesome. Marvin liked it. We all liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good little.
But I'm saying
film
for a Silver Surfer thing, it just has to be an origin. This is how he became Galactus's herald. And that's why
That's all we need.
But I will say, if I would be surprised if they jump right into Fantastic Four with Silver Surfer and Galactus and all this shit. It actually worries me a little bit because Galactus ain't the type of fucking homeboy that you're gonna do in one movie. Like that should be like a multiple movie thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
well,
has
we
me a
might
little
get
concerned.
two or three heralds, and then we might get another one, and then like we don't know how they're going to do it, but we will definitely see. I think Galactus, whether or not he shows up, we'll see him. It could be like the early stages of the Infinity Saga, where we saw Thanos a couple times, but
Right.
he's sitting on his throne, he's off world, he's in space, he's not really involved yet. And I think that's probably what we'll get. So
okay, that's exciting stuff.
Yeah. Did you guys watch I Am Groot season 1?
No.
Those shorts? No.
Do not.
Oh, no, I forgot about that.
Cute little run. Season 2 premieres on Disney Plus on September 6th, which is National Tree Day. Shout out to Groot. Season 1 writer and director Kristen Lepore is still on board. It's going to be another 5 episodes.
Nice.
It was fun. If you get bored and you want something to do, that's a good one to waste an hour, because they're like, they're shorts, so won't take you very long. Okay, and then we have the last piece of Disney news here. Making Star Wars reported on this rumor. Lucasfilm sources have revealed that they are in talks to make Mandalorian Season 4 a movie instead of a show. And apparently the executives love this idea. Why wouldn't they? Because it's theatrical and they can make more money off of it rather than their subscribers on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
But it's not sure whether this is confirmed or not. It's really just a rumor. So I don't know. We'll see. And if it is a movie, it'll come out, I think, after the Rey movie, but before Filoni's Star Wars movie. That's going to be the arc of all this stuff, the Ahsoka and the Mandalorian and all that stuff. So, but yeah, that's it for Disney. And so we're on to everything else, which isn't much. Here's your boy, Dan. Speaking about catering to the crowds. Tomek Baginski.
Never heard of him.
An executive producer on The Witcher.
You gonna tell me?
He believes that significant changes must be made to the source material to simplify the story for audiences. Why they changed
specifically
why they changed the source? Well, this is why Dan hates the fucking Witcher, and why Henry Cavill left is because they changed the source material so much. And he's like, well, we had to dumb it down for the fucking audiences. What do you expect? Like, what kind of
that's a cop-out.
What kind of pompous bullshit excuse is that for changing the source material?
That's a cop-out. Maybe just write better shit that people can understand.
Or here's a thought: just copy the fucking source
material. There was a disdain for the source material. People thought Cavill was egotistical,
annoying,
because he was elated by playing the role and wanted to serve the lore and the original books. And the writers were like, no, we're doing our own thing. Fuck you.
I don't know.
Stop. Leave us alone.
I don't know what's going on over there, but it's like Netflix gathered up like the producers and writers of The Witcher and were like, all right, go and publicly say the dumbest possible shit you could imagine, because like 4 separate things have come out over the last like 2 weeks. And it was Henry Cavill was super fucking annoying because he was like so excited to play Geralt. It was, we didn't copy the source material because we had to dumb it down for American audiences. It was,
slap in the face.
Maybe on hold indefinitely now. And that's allegedly because of the strike, but I mean, Liam Hemsworth has been cast, but if they lose money on this, they may not move forward. So we'll see.
My friend, she just recently watched it and she has no ties to the source material, which is fine. She said she really enjoyed the last season that just came out. She keeps asking me like, have you watched it? I'm like, I'm just not watching it. I
watched the first half. I haven't finished it yet.
I'm just not going to watch it. I'm not interested. I'm not going to like it. It's going to make me annoyed and angry. I don't even want to hate watch it really, because it's really just sad, honestly, because it's like, it's such a rich fucking story that like, I don't even want to watch it. And I hope the fucking writers never work again, because it's like, it's so fucking stupid to me, where it's like, we're being creative. We want to fucking do it. So go write your own fucking thing.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Same thing for like fucking Zack Snyder. Same argument. If you want to be creative and write and do your own thing, make your own fucking thing. Don't do it to Superman. Like, give me a fucking break, bro. Like, God, stop. This ain't fucking fan fiction.
I'm okay with taking certain small luxuries because when you're creating something from another source material, you want to put your own flair on it. Like Tim Burton made Batman great because the way he makes films.
Of course, I'm not against taking liberties, but there's a difference between taking liberties and completely changing something just for your own liking. And that's what they've
absolutely.
done.
Hey, yeah.
Or if you're going to do it, you got to do it well. Like the guy with Andor.
Yep. You got to do it really good.
You got to do it well.
But when you're doing it, don't shit on the fans. Like, we had to dumb it down, or I wanted to change it because I didn't like the source material. Like, that's not how you tell people to watch your fucking film. That's dumb.
I was given the job to write The Witcher. I didn't like it, so I made my own thing. Like, what? Andor, though,
but we had to dumb it down.
Andor's kind of that, but not really. Like, Andor doesn't really rely on the, like, previous Star Wars stuff. Like it does, I guess, because it's in the universe, but it's like very much its own independent thing. So in that regard, it's fine to take liberties, but it also serves the story. Like it serves Star Wars as like a whole, I think. In fact, I think we all agree it's like the best Star Wars thing probably ever, if I had to really, say it. But oh my God, it makes me so fucking angry, dude. It's like and you saw it too, like little by little from the first season of Witcher. Like they started out like, she was like, like with, maybe season 2 will be a little bit different because season 1 we tried to follow like the. It's like, dude, just shut the fuck up. Go get another job. Like go work at Burger King or some shit.
Well, something that might cheer you up. I don't know. I feel like this is old news. I don't know why I didn't see this earlier. Simon Pegg was talking with Discussing Film. We were talking about earlier, not Discussing Film. He was talking with Discussing Film a while back. This was before the strike, so he could actually talk. He was talking about his next project with Edward Wright. And he says, we want to make a movie that is totally its own thing, existing outside of the Cornetto trilogy. My desire really is to do something super different. And he said he's been in talks with Edgar. They've been brainstorming, but both are very busy. He just did Mission Impossible. So, they got their stuff going on. But they're talking about a fourth film, which I am happy for. I don't know. I don't think Marvin's seen any of those movies. We got to probably put those on there, too. Shaun of the Dead. And
I think I saw Shaun of the Dead, maybe. I'm not sure.
I think Shaun of the Dead there's a case to be made that it's the best zombie movie.
Yeah,
really?
There is a case for that, yes.
Mm-hmm. It's really a close... If I had to think about it, it is really a close... I mean, we're going to have to start planning some spooky movies coming up because we're right around the corner, month of October.
It's that time again.
Yeah, goes quick. So, but if I had to really... If somebody said, what's the best zombie movie? It's either that or 28 Days Later. Like, it's very close. And I really think I would...
do spooky movies during the season.
No, but we, like, specifically did every single movie that was horror.
Oh, yeah, every week. Yeah.
But I think I would lean towards Shaun of the Dead. I really do think it's like one of the best zombie movies ever made.
It's so good.
And the other two
Return
movies,
to the Living Dead. That's like my favorite zombie movie of all time.
It's a good one.
It's a good one. But
Goes to Mars.
And Ghost of Mars is okay.
Weird like that.
But in the Coronado trilogy, like Hot Fuzz is fucking amazing. And like World's End was really good. I don't think it's as good as the other two, but it's really good. Like, and I don't think they've worked together outside of these movies, so that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
It didn't make me less angry about The Witcher, but it's also a good movie.
Okay.
So.
Well, we're gonna end it on a sad note. R.I.P. William Friedkin.
Oh yeah.
He won an Oscar for The French Connection. He's a director, well known. He did The Exorcist, The Hunted, Rules of Engagement, 12 Angry Men. He's got one more film coming out. His last one, I guess, kind of bombed. I looked at it. It was like a 4 point something on IMDb. But his new one is called The Kang Mutiny Court Martial. Stars Kiefer Sutherland, Jason Clarke, and Lance Reddick, who also died this year. R.I.P. to both of those guys.
I actually didn't hear about William Friedkin. When did he die? Yesterday? Today?
Today.
Oh, damn.
It was in the news today.
87.
So Lance Reddick and William Friedkin, their last film will be together post-mortem. And it's about, it's kind of like what is it? Was it Hunt for Red October? It's a mutiny on board. He doesn't think that the captain is doing very well, so he takes over the ship, and then it's the safety of the ship versus other things. I don't know if it's based on a true story or not, but that's going to be his last movie. So hopefully it's a good one. But he's a very talented director that gave us a bunch of really good movies. And we should probably put a couple of those on there.
Yeah, I think he's
make them our lunch.
He's probably like, I would say considered one of the best directors like ever.
Yeah, really good. But,
I mean, it's not just. Like you said, you named a couple of them, but like I think you could just pull The Exorcist. And
there's a lot of them, yeah.
Yeah, no, there's a lot, but I feel like you could just pull The Exorcist and like that alone would qualify him. Because The Exorcist,
French Connection's good too.
Of course, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying like Exorcist is such a fucking perfect movie. And speaking of The Exorcist, before we move on, did you guys watch the trailer that I sent you guys for the new Exorcist that's coming out?
Oh no, not yet.
Exorcist. No. What's it called? The Exorcist.
Exorcist Believer. Well, so was it was it Gerard Butler one, or was that Russell Crowe?
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's
Gerard.
That's the Pope. That's the Pope's Exorcist. Nothing to do with
the Pope's Exorcist. And then there was like the Exorcist of Emily Rose. I was just thinking of Exorcist movies that have come out recently.
This
Exorcism movies.
This is the David Gordon Green one that they announced shortly after Halloween Ends came out. It's his new trilogy. It's their sequels or requels. So this Exorcist Believer is a direct sequel to the original Exorcist. It even has Ellen Burstyn in it, who played what's her name's mother in Exorcist. Who the fuck gets the thing? What's the fucking main character's name? The girl, Reagan.
I can't.
So this is Reagan's mom, and she's like back for this movie. And the trailer like actually looks pretty good, and I'm like, okay, I'm kind of on board for this. But then I just remember like, oh yeah, no, David Gordon Green completely butchered my favorite thing in life. So don't know how excited I could be for it, but of course we'll watch it.
Sometimes people are hit or miss. You know, you knock one out of the park and then you strike out 3 or 4 times before you get another home run. So,
well, listen,
you know,
I love David Gordon Green. I like, if I had like, I'm going through his movies that he's directed alone. Like, I like 99% of them, but he butchered Halloween. So, and that's whatever. It's a miss. You know,
we left. Was it the second one we watched?
Yeah.
Or was it the first one?
And listen,
which one was it?
The second one.
The one in the hospital.
The second one.
God.
And Danny McBride is just as much to blame for the Halloween thing as he is, because he wrote it. And I love Danny McBride, but just reaffirms the fact that anytime somebody says, I'm a fan of that thing, I am running in the opposite direction. Because every time someone says they're a fan of it, they fucking ruin it. I love you, Danny McBride. I love you, David Gordon Green, but don't fuck up The Exorcist, please. I don't think Danny McBride is involved in The Exorcist, though.
Oh, okay. There was another sad death this week, or last week, rather.
Who?
Hector Salamanca.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, he did.
His name is Margolis.
Yep.
I think.
Yes, I think that sounds about right.
Yes, it is.
Passed away at 83, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, we've been handling a lot of deaths actually lately. It's kind of sad.
80s, though.
I don't like reporting on it because it's sad, but there's just some big names we've been losing lately. So,
yeah.
Anyhow, speaking of the dead, let's move on to this movie review.
All right. Well, thank you for giving us the news once again. Back in the saddle. Didn't even miss a beat.
Feels good.
Yeah. So this week, folks, we're talking about Infinity Pool. Infinity Pool, directed by Brandon Cronenberg. And if that name sounds familiar to you, it's because he is the son. He is the son.
This family is full of shit.
He is the son of David Cronenberg. And let's just say the apple does not fall far from the tree, as it turns out.
Well, this one was a little easier to follow compared to the other one we watched for me.
I would have rather have been lost because it was terrible.
I don't mind movies where nobody is likable, but when you make a weird horror movie where nobody is likable, what are we even watching?
This wasn't even a horror movie. I'll get into that.
No,
in a
it's
second.
not.
No,
Yeah,
it
sure.
was
It
just
wasn't
creepy.
really. No.
Let's just say. So this movie, again, directed and written by Brandon Cronenberg, David Cronenberg's son. We get it, guys. You like weird shit. It stars Alexander Skarsgård, Mia Goth, who has made quite a name for herself in the last couple years in X and all these horror movies.
This is my first time seeing her, actually.
Yeah.
So.
Cleopatra, Coleman, and I don't really know anybody else who was in this movie.
I knew John Ralston because Dr. Bob, because when he was talking, I was like, wait, is that fucking Don Johnson?
I thought it was Don
right
Johnson
there?
too.
I thought, and I looked it up. I had to IMDb it because it would never fucking show his face. And I was like, what the fuck's going on? So I looked it up. I was like, oh, it's Sean Ralston, which I know him because I watch him in another show like Joe Pickett or whatever. But yeah,
There was a couple of scenes where I was like, is that Don Johnson?
No, it's
Yeah.
not. But
So
There was one lady I recognized from Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, really?
She was one of the creepy people
Yeah.
or whatever.
I also
Yeah,
thought I
so that's cool.
recognized the cop, but it turns out I didn't. Maybe I did. I don't know. He was in Blade 2. It was really the only movie I think I've seen that he was in. So
Oh.
I don't know. He was in Westworld too. I probably have seen him. He looked very familiar to me. But anyhow, so this is the story of James and M. Foster, married couple. They're staying at an all-inclusive beach vacation resort in the fictional island of La Tolca. And they meet this other couple, one of which is Mia Goth's character, Gabby. And she's sort of like this weird enchantress, and they go off and do some crazy shit, and then a bunch of crazy stuff happens. Basically, the whole plot of this movie is that this island, this fictional island, their police force, they have this thing where they could clone you. And if you commit a crime here, they offer you a choice, like, we'll put you to death, or if you have enough money, you could pay us to clone you, and we'll just kill your fucking clone, and you could just go on living your life. And this is what happens to our main character, James Foster, played by Alexander Skarsgård, but he becomes part of this, like, weird, like, rich people fucking group that, like, that's what they do for fun. They come to... It's basically like a very worse...
joined a group of sycophants.
Yeah, this movie was just a shitty version of Westworld in a sense. Like, they come to this
It was
island.
like The Purge.
Yeah, the rich people come to this island. They do all this crazy fucking shit that only rich people could do and get away with it. But they get away with it because they have the money to pay for a clone that will go on and be assassinated. And these people have been cloned like dozens of times. And that's basically the movie, with some like random other smatterings of like nonsense built into it. But
Yep.
the fucking story was terrible. The plot was terrible. As Dusty said, there was not a likable character in the bunch. Not even the wife, played by Em Foster, who you're supposed to like probably feel for, but like she's also a rich nepotism baby too.
Yep.
Nobody like just there's nothing. There was not a thing to like about this movie, really, to be perfectly honest.
You can do that though. Like Breaking Bad, you're not supposed to like any of these characters because they're all bad guys, right? I mean, for the most part, I mean, there's plenty of movies where you're really not supposed to like anybody, and they're good, they're okay. Like
at least they have likable qualities though. Like
into the story, and you want to see what's going to happen. Like, is going to work out for him? Is it not? What's he going to do? Like this, I was just like, what the fuck are these guys doing?
I didn't care.
What?
I didn't care about anything.
What the fuck is going on?
It's supposed to be like a horror movie. It's not scary at all.
it's just creepy.
I didn't even think it was creepy.
It's like
You thought it was creepy? I didn't think it was creepy at all.
It's
plot
pretty creepy.
holes. Just
Rich
left
people
and right,
getting
like,
away with shit.
I mean,
like that.
but here's the thing. I don't know. Maybe I just didn't. I don't know. I checked out really early in this movie. So there's jizz in the movie, folks, for no reason, and doesn't add anything to the story. It doesn't do anything to the plot. It does literally nothing for the movie. And I
They
like
just had to show it. Man sounded like he was getting stabbed when he just got that hand job. I was fucking confused.
it must have been the best
I ain't
hand
never
job.
made those type of sounds. Definitely not from a fucking handy.
It must have been the best one
No
he's ever
fucking
gotten. But that's
Man was
basically
like,
yeah. That's really the
Who's
point.
stabbing him?
That's the point. That's the point of the movie I really checked out because
I was sticking but something, giving her a prostate check while she was getting a reach around.
here's the thing.
All right.
Like we said a lot of the stuff when we watched future movie, whatever the fuck, Crimes of the Future.
Oh,
From this guy's father. Let me tell you something. These Cronenberg, this family,
What's wrong with them?
Something's going on in that family.
Somebody need to go check on that shit.
When you watch a movie like this or read a script, or like even read a book, you're like, somebody needs to keep an eye on that motherfucker.
Could you imagine,
real, bro?
Could you imagine like being the director, the writer, and being like, okay, all right, now you're gonna suck on her nipple like a baby for no reason,
and some weird stuff's gonna come out.
And on top of that, imagine reading the script and wanting to be in this movie. Like, you're a professional actor, yo. Like, what are you doing?
Well, Alexander's been in some weird shit.
I know
like
he
Alexander.
has.
He's a great actor.
And Mia Goth.
He likes weird shit, and he likes showing his ass. I've seen his ass in every single thing I fucking watched with this guy.
True Blood. He gets naked a lot.
He likes showing his ass.
Naked in fucking the Viking movie, naked in this, naked in True Blood. This guy's always ass out.
I mean, if you look at his IMDb picture, he's like wearing a t-shirt that's a tuxedo, and that's it.
And Mia Goth is naked in everything she fucking does too. So it's like, I guess this is the perfect role for them. But I don't know, man. These Cronenbergs, like, I get David Cronenberg has like, he's had some real bangers under his belt, like from way back in the day. But at this point, bro, your shtick is just run dry enough because it's not artistic at all. And that's what this movie, I feel like, I read some reviews about this movie, some positive reviews, and people are like, oh, it's such a master. It's like this is such a good piece of art. What art, bro? What art is there to watch a shot of a guy fucking jizzing on some rocks? Why is that artistry? It's not. It doesn't serve anything. And
I mean, the creation of the clone was trippy, but it didn't have any meaning to it. Like, there was no explanation of why it was showing all those things.
Well, it seems like they tried to a couple times. Like, you know, they made the. Do you ever think, like, did they kill you or did they kill the clone? Like, did you think about that? Like, that's a fascinating line of questioning. Let's go down that story. Or when they're talking about, like they were talking about, I think when they were all in there the second time, he's like, yeah, you know, we couldn't do this literally because blah, blah, blah. And they did it. And they started about to explain about how they were going to be able to do it. And then they just cut him off. And it was like, what? Explain why they're doing it or how they're doing it. Like, what the
I'm going to tell you why.
Just more weird shit. Just more weird shit.
I'm going to tell you why the premise isn't creative, the cloning part of it, because the second the concept was introduced, I was like, oh, we're going to be spending time with the clone going forward.
Yeah, and the real James was killed. Clones took over. I mean, that's why he had little to no reaction to watching himself be killed. Well, whereas the real James was pleading and begging.
Well, you don't really
him to help him.
You kind of don't really know,
but I mean, they kind of show it like.
Well, no,
and you kind of see it more because the more they're cloned, the less human they're becoming each time they're fucking cloned. That's why these guys, I feel like, are because they keep some of their memories, but
they keep all their memories.
These rich. Yeah, so these rich people, but they lose their humanity. That's why they do worse and worse shit.
I don't know.
They're fucking their own clones and like killing their own clones. It's like
it's interesting.
They just get worse and worse.
It's interesting that you took that away from the movie. Not that I'm arguing with you. I could see why maybe you thought that. I didn't get that. I just thought this was like some sort of like analysis of like the hedonistic and like animalistic tendencies of human beings and like
and I thought that for a second too,
and introducing like wealth into the equation, it really lets that out, right? Because as we've talked about, like, you know, when you hear about like rich people having fucking like crazy fucking human trafficking fucking rings and like all this shit, it's like, well, yeah, of course, when you have that much money and you could just do anything, the only next thing you could do is to like explore the deepest, darkest fucking reaches of your psyche and like fucking kill people for sport and shit. That's the only thing that I took away from this, that they were just rich people being rich. Because by the end of the movie, when they're all on the bus and they're just like going about their regular lives, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna paint the walls this weekend. What are you doing? Oh, I gotta go to work and stuff. Like, I think it was
that's true.
That's why I said it was like a shitty Westworld, because in Westworld it's like rich fucks go to this park to just fuck and kill and murder these fucking robots that it has no consequence. So it's their way of getting at, and like the Purge you mentioned. That's kind of just what I took of it. I could see it both ways now that you mentioned it.
I can see it both ways, yeah.
But while I was watching it, I did not think that at all. Go ahead.
When he found out that he was beating himself up, and then later, like they were like, "Come on, dog," and then he had to fight himself again. I was like, okay, so is this going to be some weird social commentary on how you kind of have to kill your old self when you do something bad to move on from it?
Yeah.
Nope. just more weird shit.
There was
no real message at all. I was like, what the fuck?
There was like nothing like profound in this movie at all. Like, I guess sitting here talking, like we get an idea of like what he was probably thinking when he wrote this, but it did not work out at all, in my opinion.
But Alexander Skarsgård's character, to go along with all this, like he's just a novelist, okay, and he's kind of a pushover, I guess. This dude is 6'4", properly jocked, right? And he's hanging around with some old doctors and a couple women, and like he can't, like, I get they have a gun, but like if he wanted to, he'd just snap all their necks and just fucking walk away. It's not a problem. Like,
he struggled to get the gun, like, at the end. He's a writer, bro. He's not.
One of the bigger plot points of the movie was that him and his wife, once they like realized what was going on, they were gonna like leave, and he couldn't find his passport. And at the end of the movie,
knew where he was at the whole time.
At the end of the movie, you find out that he actually hid his passport so he could stay on the island, but they never explain why. Like why? So he could just do the weird shit. Like it doesn't make any sense.
I guess so. I mean, he was smiling after he watched himself get killed, so he was definitely enjoying it.
Yeah, that's why I also didn't think that it was the clone the whole time. I thought it was going to be the clone, and I was annoyed. I was like, "Oh, this is so fucking predictable." And then I didn't think all the stuff that he was doing. I didn't think it was really a clone. I totally could see it your way once you explained it, but at the same time, it was just more of like
it's too mixed. Like it wasn't. I feel like I mean, I guess that's okay, but it was definitely like too both sides. They showed a lot from both sides. Like,
well, they built his character.
The second time.
Go ahead.
The second time they got cloned, and they're like patting him on the back because it seems like he wrote the script of what they were watching. They were watching it like a movie. So that kind of points to him being like his original self, I guess. Well, because he was still like a writer or whatever, but I don't know. It was a little weird.
And I also had this feeling like there's a fucking, there's a Wizard of Oz behind the curtain. Like, guests can't leave the compound. They kept leaving the fucking compound. They kept knowing where everybody important on the island was going to be, so they go kidnap them, kill them. Like, where are they getting this information? How do they know all this shit? What? These people are fucking visitors on this island. What the fuck is actually going on? None of it made any sense.
The only explanation to that was that this group of people go there all the time, every year. Like,
regulars.
This is their thing.
They were regular. Yeah, that's true.
But his character was built up, James, as like he's almost like the Walter White sort of. You mentioned Breaking Bad a little bit ago. He's like the Walter White of this movie. Like, he's a failed writer. He lives off the fucking tit of his wife. Like, she's rich from her dad, and her dad like hates him. She married him out of like protest to her fucking father, and she pays for everything. There's one point in the movie where she fucking clowns his ass so fucking hard. I couldn't believe it.
That was weird.
They're sitting at the dinner table, and he was asked like, "Oh, how do you make your money if you're not writing?" And the wife says, "Oh, he married rich, tee hee." And then one of the other characters goes, "Oh, it's almost like you're of whatever, something about like, I don't know, donating or something." And she goes, "Oh, he's in danger of becoming a charitable organization at this point."
Oh yeah,
and
that shit was funny.
I was like, "Oh my god!" So like, I get the progression of where it went, where he's like, "Well, I'm a fucking nobody, so I might as well do this crazy shit because like I'm here." But it was just really executed poorly, and then. Really, what I wanted. Go ahead, real quick, because I'm gonna go on a rant.
Like starting out of the film, like at the end, you find out, oh yeah, we were trying to figure out how to get in trouble, and we didn't have to because you fucking hit a dude. Like, oh, this is just accidentally like got drunk, and the lights just magically went out, and you hit a dude that randomly walked across the road. Like, yeah, and he's so much just had to happen for that to work out. Like, what?
Even that stuff, I'd be able to let go had it been in like a good movie, but like, really what annoys me about this is like the whole like artistry of it. This isn't art, people. Like, you're not making
this is just gore.
It's not even gore. It's nothing. I've seen movies that
there
are like...
There was some gore, though.
I know,
there's plenty of gore in it.
There is, but what I'm trying to say is I've seen movies that are like 30,000 times more gory than this, and it's like everything about this movie. Like, these Cronenberg fuckers, they really are like they think the world of themselves. Like, you could just tell from the imagery in their movies, right? Like you got the fucking jizz scene. Like why is that there?
And all the psychedelic scenes, like
The psychedelic
one
scenes.
I get. How many trip scenes do we need to have? How
like
many?
you got fucking
That
like
sex scene was way too long, like
you
fucking
got
10 minutes.
yeah.
or
you
some
got
shit.
stuff coming out of the nipples and like it's not breast milk. It's like
The
weird.
fucking extendo nipple was so weird. I didn't
Yeah.
understand what that was about.
Like there's like weird pus coming out of it or whatever. It's like the weird orgy scene and the this and the that and the camera work where everything's spinny and in your face and
Right.
shaky. I need to take a fucking Dramamine like to watch this fucking movie.
You're gonna
like
kill yourself by beating your face in, and I'm gonna wipe the blood on my tit, and you're gonna suck it off.
this is not artistry. And I said the same thing when we watched Crimes of the Future. Nothing in that movie felt anything more than just like shock and awe. Like, oh, look at that, like a blowjob of this fucking she's sucking like his fucking unzipped fucking wound or whatever the fuck happened in that movie. This was like the same thing. It's the same exact thing. It's fucking bad. It's pointless. It doesn't serve the movie in any way because there is like
I think this was worse than Crimes Against the Future or whatever the fuck it was called.
it was a
Crimes
worse
of the
movie.
Future.
At least Crimes of the Future had like an interesting world and a story to it.
Yeah.
I
with the
thought this one
garbage
was
or
a little
whatever.
bit interesting for about the first 45 minutes, maybe hour, but after that, I was like, okay, this isn't gonna go anywhere.
Nah. Like
It was definitely way too long.
there is a subgenre of horror movies that
I actually, sorry.
no, go ahead.
Speaking on the length of the movie, I actually thought they could have just ended it. They should have just made this a fucking short film.
Yeah.
Like Dusty said, after 45 minutes, literally after he gets cloned and sees himself die,
Yeah, that's
let's,
it.
let's
It's
end
over.
it.
Yeah.
We got it. We see it. That's it.
Yeah, we got it.
We get it.
This
It
movie
would have
just
been great. It might have been great.
like 2 fucking hours of it just drags on and never fucking
Yeah.
ended. I could not wait to turn this fucking thing off. I never clicked stop fast enough in my life after this
Yeah.
movie ended. But like
Sadly, I was wide awake watching this one, so
yeah.
I was fully alert. Remember
Like-
all of
Hate to
it.
see it.
And you know, again, what I was getting ready to say is there is a subgenre of horror movies that are like super fucking gory. They're like bloodbaths. And
Right.
in that genre, you get it. You know what you're going in. It's like a Dario Argento movie, like, but you know what you're getting in that, and it's like this didn't feel like anything. This was like, oh, like he sat down. It's like I want to make a horror movie, but no, I actually want to make a thrill. No, I want to make a psychological thrill. No, I want to make a body horror movie like my dad. Nah, I want to make a like. There's just concepts from all over the place that just. It was just the most incohesive piece of shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
It really just
It was
bad.
basically just like an extreme version of rich people getting off for doing bad shit.
Yeah,
Like
and
that's it.
it's just the imagery. I just can't
And
get
they didn't
past
really-
it because it's pointless, bro. And it's like,
You know what have made this movie great for me?
What?
If it was like another 20 minutes and at the end of the movie, he tracked them all down and fucking murdered them.
Right.
bro, that scene where she's like screaming at him in the bus, I had never wanted to see a character die more in my life.
Oh my
At that
God.
Her voice was super annoying.
And
right
I get
there.
that's what like the point was of
Yeah.
it, but
Yeah.
like, holy fuck, I don't know. I just think these guys, these Cronenbergs, man, they are full of themselves to the highest degree because you like when he was writing the script, it's like okay, at the end she's gonna offer her nipple to him and he's gonna just suck on it for no reason. Like in his mind, he's like, this is like the highest form of art. It's like, no, it isn't, bro. It's fucking stupid. You're a bad writer. You're a bad filmmaker. Go work at McDonald's. I hated this movie. I don't
Yeah.
even want to talk about it anymore. There's
The kind of guys that made John Carpenter quit making these kind of movies.
there is no redeeming quality to it. Actually, you know what? I'm lying. The only thing about this movie that I liked was the intro and the title, the credits at the end with the different
Oh, yeah, that was pretty
colors.
cool.
Oh yeah, the credits
Yeah.
are cool. Yeah,
The
I
different
did watch
colors with the different font every frame and the different the
Well, and it's such a
contrasting
small
colors.
cast and people involved, you could do it that way. I think.
No, fuck how it was done. I'm just saying visually the colors and the
Yes.
contrasting text that was a different font every frame. Loved it. As a motion graphics designer, that shit was fucking great. Only good thing about
Right.
this movie. I even at one point I took a note. I was like, you know what? Skarsgård's like kind of okay in this movie, but no, he was dog shit.
Yeah.
Everybody was fucking dog shit in this movie. There's no redeeming qualities. His character was like so fucking stupid and poorly written. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I couldn't accept them just being able to clone people. just as a plot device. I couldn't accept
you
it.
See for like 2 seconds, he's got to hold his mouth open and have a skull cap on, and they put him in a mud room, and that's
it.
How they get this DNA, because it wasn't from the cum on the beach. They had to put him in a
I need one of you to explain to me the point of that scene. I'm like appalled by it. Not because it grossed me out, not because I'm offended.
Which one?
The jizz. It made no fucking
scene.
why
No fucking
was
sense.
it there? Like, I get she comes up behind him, she gives him a hand job, but why do we need to see the frame of jizz hitting the floor? We know the results of jerking off or getting jerked off. Why do we need to see it? Is what I don't understand.
I don't know.
It didn't serve a purpose. It would have made sense. Even still, even if what Dusty just said,
It made Cronenberg feel good about himself.
If that's how they got his DNA, right?
Right.
You still wouldn't have needed to see it because you understand the results of jerking off. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's why I say this fucking guy, they're full of themselves because he put it in this movie because he's like, oh yeah, look at this. This is artistry. I'm doing art. I'm making art right now. Go fuck yourself. This movie was terrible.
Oh boy.
Honestly, I need to have a clone of me made that has all my memories except for having watched this movie, and I'll fucking off myself and let the clone carry on living, just so I don't have to remember this movie.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. Sometimes for movies like this, I won't watch the trailer and I won't read the synopsis. I'll just kind of want to go into it blind. But every now and again, I'll read spoiler-free trailers, and it's funny because one of the review or spoiler-free reviews, one of the reviews was, I had to take a shower after watching this movie.
Yeah.
And after I watched it, I was like, guys, I'm going to take a shower. And Dan was like, you can't wash the shitty movie away.
That's true.
Listen, there's nothing more I could say about this. Is there anything else you guys want to say about it? It's just nothing about it, really.
Last thing I'll say is, I watched a great clone movie this year. We watched a great clone movie this year, and
Which
this
one was it?
nowhere near that. They cloned Tyrone.
Oh yeah, that movie was 10 out of 10. I gave it a 9. I think I should. Thinking about it, that's a 10 out of 10 movie for sure. But this is not.
Well, and I told my roommate about this. He went to bed while I was like about halfway through it, and I was like, he was like, oh, that scene looked weird as fuck. I was like, okay, well, like this is like this rich guy committed a crime, and then he could be executed or pay to be cloned and execute his clone. And he says, that sounds like a fascinating premise. I'm like, yeah, actually, it looks like it might be okay. And then
right,
20 minutes later, I'm like, no, that's shit.
Get fooled.
Yeah, they said an exorbitant amount of money, and then the guy takes enough money out of the ATM. I'm like, how much money is it to get a clone?
I mean, there was so much they could have done with this plot or premise that would have been amazing, but somebody decided to say, no, I'm going to make this my art, and it's going to be pretentious, and I love it. That's what we got.
It's pretension. Pretentious is the best word because that's what it is. It's pretension to the highest degree. It's trying so fucking hard to be a certain thing, and it's so fucking obvious, and it's annoying. And I hate this fucking movie. I hate movies like it. This has we have actually a pretty good track record on the podcast of watching like pretty good fucking movies. There's been a couple that we didn't like. This is the worst movie we've watched since doing this podcast, and I fucking hate it. It's got a 6.1 on IMDb. I'm giving it a fucking 0.
This ain't no fucking 6.
Whoa.
This is a 0.
Damn, a 0.
I hate this movie. It stole 2 hours of my fucking life.
I can't go that low. I'd give it a 4 just because I think some of the acting was not that terrible. I thought Alexander did okay in some of it. Some of it was just ridiculous. The writing and the directing, some of the visual stuff was okay, but I mean, I can only give it a 4. I can't and the plot, the synopsis, or like the premise, like I said, it had so much potential. I was actually interested in this because I went in blind. And I was like, okay, maybe this could be good, but it never goes anywhere. You're just like,
what's your rating, Marvin?
I got through it, so I would probably give it a 4 or 2.
Yeah,
I got through it at least. But
I thought
my advice to our watchers. Yeah, my advice to our watchers and listeners: just cut it off after about 45 minutes. Right after whatever. You're not watching this if you haven't watched it, probably.
I was gonna turn it off.
Already spoiled it, but yeah.
I was gonna turn it off, but I actually felt bad because I did that when we watched the
fucking 3-hour movie.
Yeah, what was that movie called? So I only
Bo was afraid.
Yeah, Bo was afraid. I only finished it so I could like have a conversation with you guys about it. But this movie was this is dog shit. Absolute dog shit. And honestly, I will never watch another movie with the Cronenberg name in it because like I've learned my lesson. That's it.
That's funny, yeah.
Done. You made The Fly and like a couple of other things. Cool. Good for you. Retire.
Amazing. Yeah.
And this guy, like, you're not your father.
Shout out Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, make something else. Jesus Christ. This movie, like, we've never watched anything that like actually pissed me off. But this movie like made me angry. The jizz scene really fucking made me angry. And again, it didn't offend me. I wasn't grossed out. It was just like, why? It doesn't, it's like, it's pointless. It's pointless. It's like that movie Nymphomaniac. Have you guys ever watched that movie?
I don't think so.
It's basically like a porno made by like a movie director. It's like, why? What's the point? This isn't art, bro. Like this, it's not. And one little amendment I'll make, my friend who works in the TV and film industry, she said to me once recently that, you know, people who don't work in the industry don't really understand how little input actors usually have on their performances in films.
Yeah.
And it's kind of given me a new perspective.
Depending on who you're working with.
Yeah, some directors let actors just do whatever they want. But the vast
Eastwood's well known for just letting you do it.
So it can contrast. In contrast to that, the Coen brothers are not. They like have a very strict like
yes.
So, you know, going forward, when I shit on actors' performances in movies, I will think about that because like maybe this wasn't their fault, right? Like maybe they didn't have a lot to work with. But goddamn, whatever. It's just,
yeah, but I mean, like, I don't. How do you, like you said, how do you get the script and think this is going to be fucking amazing? Let's do this.
I don't know. I really don't. It's just, I mean, again, we've said like he has a history of making like, you know, kind of like kilter movies and stuff like that. But the what you said, pretentious. This sums this movie up. That's what this is. It's pretentious, and that's that. And I don't care about it, and I never will watch it ever again. I don't even want to think about it. I hope I forget about it tomorrow when I wake up. And fuck the Cronenbergs forever. And that's my final analysis.
No.
Yeah,
I agree.
Like that's that.
It's our first bad film in a year.
The Scream was pretty fucking bad too. Actually, no, Scream might have been worse because we didn't even rate Scream.
That's right.
Yeah, Marvin and I didn't even give it a rating. We were just like, nah.
That was just more of the same of Scream, and it wasn't as bad. Like it was still a little.
No, yeah, Scream was definitely not as bad. That's true.
There was still a little redeeming value in that. But there was nothing redeeming about it. You hate everybody. You don't know what's going on. It never goes anywhere, and it's just weird shit
for no reason. Okay. Like I'm fucking down for weird shit
for that hour and a half of.
Down and a half, 2 hours.
Just did. It's like an hour 45.
2 hours of my life that I will never get back.
Yep.
I'm just going to read you some headlines of the reviews on IMDb. Tries way too hard, ends up being silly. Overrated and ultimately annoying. Because this movie like got like pretty good praise, I guess, when it was out in theaters. That's why I wanted to watch it.
Critics or audience?
Probably critics. This is like a critic movie. Yeah. I don't know.
That's like the cut up movie. Like the critics were like, "Oh, this is amazing movie," and then we saw it and we're like, "What the fuck did we just watch?"
Let's look at let's look at Rotten Tomatoes real quick. Oh yeah, 87% tomato meter, 52% audience score. It's like critics are so fucking stupid and bad. Like it's unbelievable. Read critic reviews.
They have to do that or they don't get the movies anymore, though. That's the problem with the fucking rating system.
Don't be fooled by the slick cinematic treatment. Cronenberg's here to push you to think about how you justify your choices. Infinity pulls a vulgar, darkly humorous, incisive commentary on privilege, debauchery, excitement, and the destruction of soul. Shut the fuck up.
I can't wait till we're big enough that we actually start getting pre-screeners and we can be the critics and we're like, oh yeah, this film fucking sucks. Don't waste your fucking time.
Ooh, yeah.
A madhouse of depraved body horror delights that take down the privileged class in a satirical and often campy, elaborate panoply.
How
of
did it take down the privileged class? They all got away.
I don't know.
What the fuck review?
Is that what this was supposed to say?
They didn't even watch. They cut it off after 45 minutes. They knew what they were doing.
Movie. This took down the privileged class.
Mia Goth shines in an unhinged exploration of hedonism and the many horrors that come with consequence-free world.
Unless you're saying it's a commentary about how disgusting the rich elites are. I mean, I guess you could say it in that, but...
It wanted to be that, but I don't think there's any rich elites that are doing, like, there's no cloning that exists that we know of, so I don't know. It was just dumb. It was stupid. We all know rich elites are bad. We didn't even talk about
the fucking micro penis.
I was gonna bring it up. That guy had, That guy had.
I was like, is that a fucking clit?
Yeah,
like,
no, he had a clit. he had a clit and some wrinkly ass veiny fucking thighs, bro. What the fuck was that dude's deal?
Holy boy, that guy.
That poor guy.
Wild.
I mean, how do you cat like he? We need about 10 or 12 old men to stand up naked so he can figure out which one's gonna look the weirdest naked. You got the part, bro. Come on down.
I have to read one more review because it's just unbelievable. The film has many narrative and visual layers, so many whims and tangents, that the story becomes a bit anarchic and chaotic. But even with its excesses and delusions, Infinity Pool is fascinating and seductive. Is it?
It did not seduce me into anything except wanting to maybe murder the director.
This is too fun. Last one, though. Last one. Wait, I lost it. Oh. Though a surreal and violent narrative, the film raises questions that delve into the essence of morality and human nature. No. Okay. Fuck critics. Fuck this movie, and fuck the Cronenbergs. Thanks for watching, folks. We appreciate it. Yep. Let us know what you think about this movie if you've watched it. If you have watched it, I my condolences.
Yep.
Let us know down in the comments if you liked it. Leave us a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And we'll be back here next week. So join us next time. Catch you later, folks.
Hasta.
Later.